Hey, this is V, and I'm back with episode 5 of Penthouse. This episode looks like it's important because it looks like it's showing Yoon-hee and Soo-yeon coming together a little bit, like working together. They're not there yet, but it looks like it's kind of showing it. At the beginning of this episode, we see Yoon-hee notice the dead politician's body. He fell off the balcony. We rewind and see that Soo-yeon is the reason that the politician fell off of the balcony. Soo-yeon went to the politician's house, told him, I'm the one that revealed all this stuff. The politician got mad at her, tried to kill her. The butler came in and saved her life, but he accidentally punched the politician off the railing. This politician died. Yoon-hee comes in, sees the politician dead, does not see Soo-yeon or the butler. They're hiding in the bathroom. So she calls the cops immediately. Well, she calls 119, which is Korea's 911. She calls them immediately. However, she stops her phone call because she sees pictures of her kid, Berona, on the table. It looks like the politician was planning some kind of revenge against Yoon-hee because he thought that Yoon-hee was the one who revealed to the press that he was having this affair. She packs all these pictures away, is about to just abandon the whole thing and take off, but she hears a phone ring. It's coming from the bathroom. It's Soo-yeon, and it's her husband calling her. She does not answer. I think her husband calls the butler too. He doesn't answer. Yoon-hee sees a purse on the table. She's like, oh my God, something's going on here. She takes off. The butler videotapes her leaving. The butler clears everything up. He makes it look like this politician died in the bathroom. I think maybe committed suicide in the bathroom after all this news broke with his affair. So now Yoon-hee goes home. She still has this whole stress of her kid at the high school, but she tries to avoid that. She knows that the politician did not die by suicide in the bathroom because she saw the politician dead at the bottom of the floor from falling, technically. But she's like, I'm keeping my mouth shut. However, she was the last person that the politician called, so she gets called in to the police station. When she gets in her car to go to the police station, the butler is there. He puts his hand over her mouth, basically threatens her and says, don't tell the cops what happened. Only tell the cops that you saw him dead in his bathroom and left. Also, for your services, here's some information that you can use. He hands her a packet that tells her you should buy this certain property in this certain location. That property is where Sil-ah lived. So it's the one that got burned down, and is basically the price has gone down because Sil-ah died there and there was a fire and there's just that whole issue behind it. So she does buy the property. However, she doesn't have enough money to buy it. No bank will give her money. So she has to go to a loan shark and write a contract saying she'll hand over her body if she doesn't have this, if she isn't able to repay this money. And this money is like $200,000 or something. You know, it's a good amount of money that she would not have. So that's kind of Yoon-hee's storyline as it's attached to Soo-yeon. Soo-yeon has some problems of her own because Dante and the other people in Heda's palace are suspicious of her. The reason they're suspicious is because she's never around. So Dante thinks, oh yeah, maybe something's going on with her. He looks at his CCTV, finds out that the butler and Soo-yeon are working together on something, calls the butler up on it, and the butler's like, yeah, I'm sorry. And the butler ends up killing himself later on. Soo-yeon is able to fake that the reason she has been acting weird is because she thought Dante was cheating on her with another person. And that's why she got like a private detective and all that stuff. She is also able to fake to the other Heda Palace people that the reason she's been acting weird is because she has this secret child who died recently, and that's why she hasn't been around. So everyone in the palace. Everyone at Hera's palace is sympathetic towards her now, except for So-jin, because So-jin just doesn't like her. Anyway, she's sympathetic on everybody's side. 2 months passes. Now we get into the high school story again. Verona is still at this high school. There's this big performance coming up. Suk-young is supposed to be the person in the performance. However, her voice is really hoarse, so she can't participate in it. Eun-byul says she can take her place. Verona says she could also take her place, so they have a mini battle to see who can sing for the performance. So-jin picks Verona to sing for the performance instead of her own daughter. However, she had an ulterior motive for this. On the day of the performance, after Verona gets all done up and gorgeous and hops in the car to go to the performance, So-jin arranges for someone to crash into their car and basically mess them all up so that they can't come to the performance. Yoon-hee is like, let's go to the hospital. Verona's like, no, I'm going to this performance. So Yoon-hee flags down a motorcycle, hops Verona on it, and they drive to the performance. So-jin already has her daughter all done up for the performance and brings her out on stage to sing. She also has a whole bunch of guards outside the stage to stop Yoon-hee and Verona from coming in to perform. Oh, it's amazing. Yoon-hee has the power of 100 men and is able to push all these guards away, gets a fire hydrant, sprays them all with it, grabs her kid, runs backstage. But when they get there, they see that the performance is already underway. Eun-byul is already singing and they're too late. That's how the episode ends. Those are the major points of this episode. So if you're watching along, we have, there's one more super big thing that happened this episode. Soo-ryeon finds out that the politician and the orphanage person had this illegal thing going. They were selling kids to rich families for their bone marrow because the rich families already had another kid. The other kid was sick. So these new adopted children would spend a few days in their house, and then they would go to the hospital, donate their bone marrow, and maybe a week or two later, the rich family would say that the kid tried to steal something from them, which makes no sense because they're your own kid. How can they steal something from you? But anyway, tried to steal something from them and they got kicked out. So that was this whole thing. Soo-ryeon is the one who broke that news to the press secretly. She drove in on a motorcycle, broke this news to the press. No one knows it was her. But that helped with the downfall of this politician and also the downfall of the orphanage guy. Okay, so no one cared that the politician died because all this stuff came out about him being this horrible person and what he did to the orphan kids, and also he has an affair. So that's really important. I think that is basically all the important things that happened this episode. So I am ready to watch the next episode. I have 15 more to go or something, but they're all packed with things going on. We're trying to finish it before season 2 premieres in February. We also want to do a wrap up of season 1 so people can get really caught up. All right, but that's it. So I'll catch y'all on the next episode.